In the teachings of the I Ching, the gate of retreat is really about a journey of remembering. And it says you assimilate life experiences and recharge your whole being by withdrawing, whether on a physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual level. So this invites us in for an opportunity to really relax into the contemplations and to give our inner child permission to rest. And a lot of times when we're trying too hard or we find ourselves exhausting a lot of energy, feeling afraid or feeling like we have to fight to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged, that's really aspects of our inner child that needs the parent of us, our higher self, to remember it, to remember its divine nature, to remember that it's always been something, to remember that we don't have to fight. Our place is assured within the world, and we all have a destined path to follow. When we look at our human design chart, we're going to find that gate 33 in your throat center. So do check your chart to see if you have it colored in, meaning this is consistent energy for you if you have gate number 33 through its voice of remembering or not remembering, and really focusing on sharing lessons of the past. If your throat center happens to be white in your chart and you have gate 33 circled, you may very likely be picking up on the collective energy and hearing, feeling, sensing, knowing within yourself when somebody else is remembering a truth within themselves, a lesson they have learned, when they're extracting some wisdom, or when they're purely coming from their mind. So gate 33 is really one of two storytelling gates. In this case, it comes from a voice that is very reflective. It gets to the point. It doesn't like to do a lot of embellishing. It doesn't necessarily have a lot of emphasis or color within the voice. It is very much reflecting. It's going deep inwards to bring the remembering forward, to be able to hear it through one's ears, but to also share it to an audience that is ready to listen and receive its teachings as well. So it really does speak from a voice that is very authentic, and it's sharing its own life experiences, but through a deeper soul connection, in knowing that the more it becomes vulnerable and the more it allows itself to just be, to remember, that it will also help somebody else to remember themselves. We quite often see similarities when we have conversations with other people and they're sharing aspects about their journey or their awakening or some of their trials and struggles. And you go, yeah, I've had a similar experience like that too. So it also provides a way for us to really bond together as humanity and to realize, we're not so alone. Yes, we have our unique journeys to go through. Yes, we have our destined paths and all the fated experiences that will come with that. But there is also a lot of opportunity to know that there are many others that are walking similar journeys in their own way, and we all approach it from a different level of growth. Some are just starting their journey, some are halfway through their journey, some have made it to the end. And when we really look at the place of being at the end of a journey, the perseverance and the clarity that comes when reflecting back to who you were in the beginning, who you were in the middle, who you are now at the other end of that story, now that comes with a level of maturity, a level of self-actualization, and an opportunity to be a powerful guide for somebody who's just starting their journey, if they're open to receiving that guidance. A lot of times, and especially as a parent, we're looking at our children going, man, I wish they wouldn't make the same mistakes that I did. I just want to prevent them from having to go down that road. That road was so hard. But yet, when you look at your life and you look at your path, everything that you went through built the person of you who is today. And when we step into prevent our children, our loved ones from experiencing life, we can guide, we can come from a place of sharing our own experience to maybe help plant the seeds of consideration, but we can't interfere and we can't prevent them from making their own choices. And sometimes we do find ourselves making choices to have our own experience, to learn the consequences, to really understand why it was maybe not so good to go in that direction. But it's really holding the faith that no matter what your children decide to do, your loved ones decide to do, what yourself decided to do, you will have another version of you at the other end of that. You will have a lot of opportunities to learn, to grow, to have grace, to offer forgiveness. And we're really here to experience life to the fullest. So it's not about looking back and beating oneself up. It's living a life well lived, meaning we are here to experience it all. And some things we will enjoy, some things we won't enjoy. You're going to know for yourself what feels right, what doesn't feel right. And we hold the space and the grace that others will come to those conclusions for themselves. So we use the voice to share experiences, to help others consider, to do their own self-actualization, not to come from a voice that tells somebody what to do or expects them to do as we tell them to do. It is all about allowing for one's own life experiences and holding that place of wisdom for ones that you've learned, and also understanding we're going through new experiences at all times. There's also a tendency in this gate to hold a lot of privacy. So that might be privacy within yourself, where you're not ready to share until you've reached your own clarity, or you feel that energetic connection with somebody else where you just know it's safe to bring my guard down. It's safe to have an authentic conversation. Maybe you're sensing that the other person is really listening in that, the timing is right in that. You are also likely somebody who, if others confide in you, you hold that in confidence. So gossiping can be really hard for individuals with gate 33 because that does not feel right. And maybe you've had experiences that taught you those lessons. Maybe you're in the middle of kind of knowing that, oh, you know, my body really indicates that this isn't the avenue for self. Maybe you're looking at yourself and recognizing, you know, I really do hold a lot of secrets inside my body. And maybe there's an opportunity here to release those secrets, not by passing them along to another person, but by offering them out to a higher power, to take that weight off your shoulders, off your chest, off of the mind and worrying about some of that, and releasing whatever somebody said in confidence to the universe. I place this in your hands. So also recognizing when your body is telling you that you have accumulated a lot of stories from others, you have witnessed a lot of things throughout your travels, and now it's needing time to process and purge what is no longer serving its highest good. And while doing so, it extracts the wisdom for the journey forward. So life really does give us all sorts of things so that we can learn and we can evolve. And sometimes, especially if you have gate 33 in your human design chart, it's going to feel to you like more happens to you in a day than most other people go through in a week. things just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And oftentimes you can go to bed at the end of the night and you're just like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin processing how much transpired today. And sometimes we're really good at forgetting what we've done because it is too much to hold on to, and or we've reached the understanding within our own evolutionary journey that we take each moment as it comes, we extract what is needing for our own growth, and we release the rest of it. Your body is going to tell you when you are full, when you are needing that break. And all of our bodies tell us that. You don't have to have gate 33 in your human design chart to know that you're going to need times to rest. You're going to need time to step out of the front line of your family, the relationship, the workplace, society, whatever it is. We all get to those points where we're just like, I just need to be with self. I just need to shut off for a little while, to turn off the electronics, to go out in nature. However it is for you that you really find the space to just rejuvenate your mind, your body, and that soul's connection so that you can then step back into life and engage from a place of being from your best self. So that gate of retreat really is here to send us into the thick of action in order to guide others by using our stories of accumulated experiences. And this is often why we see a lot of elders or a lot of teachers, gurus, sages, they step into their role later on in life because they need life's experiences to then put them in a position where they can share what they've learned with others. So we're also here to learn to recognize within ourselves when to retreat and when to resume that position to the front of life. Because we are here to take responsibility for what is ours to take responsibility for. But you can't always be in the go, 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 go energy. Even if you are a generator, and this is one of the common mistakes that generators make, is they get this narrative of, well, I'm always busy, I have all this energy, and I'm just go, 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 go. Every single battery needs time to recharge. And just because you enjoy being busy, if you don't have the clarity of what you are being busy doing, you are leaking out potential energy that could be used to cultivate a whole nother layer of ascension for yourself. So it really is about being very mindful, knowing when to step out, knowing when to step in, and seeing how our past and all of our experiences really do help to shape the person you are now and to build on that beautiful life stepping forward.